AI didn't come to replace you. It came because you're doing too much alone. AI isn't just one tool, it really isn't one app, and it's definitely not a magic. It's layers. Layers that decide whether your day feels rushed or intentional, whether your business runs on a constant hustle or on a system that actually supports you. In today's Bootstrap Banter, we are slowing down the AI conversation, breaking it into simple layers. So the founders or the solopreneurs or the startup founders can choose it wisely between speed and control and build your business that work with you and not against you. Are you a VC or an investor looking to share insights and connect with game changing startups? Capital Pulse brings real conversations on funding, scaling, and startup success. Be our guest and share your expertise. Sponsor the series and gain premium exposure while supporting future changemakers over Silicon Valley's radio and across global podcast and YouTube platforms. Join us now. Email us at info@passionatepulse.com or simply call us at 341 209 0102 and join today. Well, today's episode is not about tools, it's not about prompts, it's not about agents yet. Of course, we'll deep dive that in next episodes. However, today is all about understanding the layers of AI in a way that makes your day easier, not more confusing. Think of this episode as let me understand the kitchen before I go and try cooking my 5 course meal. Well, definitely AI is not one thing, it's stack of layers. Just like your business, in business you have sales, you have marketing, you have operations, you have your core product that somebody is building up, and on top of it you're trying to adapt, you're trying to evolve the product. So there are multiple components when a particular business operates, be it a tech or be it a non-tech, and you really do not need all the layers on day one. So think about it like you're just starting off a business. Why will you need a distribution? Why will you need a marketing? You right now need to build a product. So you are in a developing phase. So it's same as how you want to adopt AI. But knowing that these many parts exist and these many processes that you can adopt further, I think that will ease you out. So one thing for sure I guarantee, by understanding all of it, you at least know whether you're overpaying for the tools that you are taking in, you are overcomplicating things and you don't know how to run behind, or you are underusing the AI completely. So, all these three major pain factors are the ones that we are trying to eliminate by understanding what AI layers are really composed of. And in our real life business days, how we want to really adopt or where to start. Understanding these layers can help you equip with the right knowledge. And when you're going and trying to purchase certain tools or looking out like whether this platform is better for your business or the other one, you at least can ask relevant questions before you purchase or before you subscribe to those platforms. And that's the objective of today's episode, my dear friends. So stay tuned to understand on Bootstrap Banter how these AI layers are consist of. Starting with the very first layer, which all of us are very much familiar. This is the layer that everyone, most of our days are starting today in that way. What we do, we simply open ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity and start prompting or, asking certain questions relevant to whatever task that you are looking forward to accomplish. You simply open the app, type or speak, and then you get a response back. That's it. That's an interface layer. Our day gets easier when we ask, can you help me promote a particular product in this particular season? Or can you help me create a narrative around this product? And it is just done in seconds, no blank screen, no overthinking. So that's how the solopreneurs or the startups or the SMBs are actually, helping themselves with this interface layer. So that is the first layer. The second layer is a very important layer, and that is where you actually try to shop around, which is nothing but an agent layer. And on agent, there are different platforms that reside. Well, but let's just break down this agent layer in a very simple language and then we'll go and deep dive further. So, agent layer is the layer that actually the AI is working for you. Okay, so now we are moving from whether we are asking certain questions to assigning a certain jobs. Think about it as in you are having an operational workforce which is actually doing certain type of work. So an AI agent is like saying, don't just answer me, but handle this all together. That this is my situation in this, what my outcome is, probably an email going to the customer, or maybe a chatbot which is responding to certain FAQs that are coming on the your chat windows, or it could also be a customer request that has come in, and then you want to assign it to certain people to solve it. Meanwhile, you want to answer it immediately to the customer, yes, we have received your email, or think about those kind of chores that you need to get it done. In the solopreneur case, I think thinking about just a content, right? If they have to market their services, it takes one idea, turns it into the post, suggests the hashtags, formats it for different type of social medias, and it is also distributing it to those medias. Well, that's possible if the platform is built on certain type of agent which can take care of itself. So the agents are nothing but it is reducing a lot of mental load on you. It is taking care of operations and it's actually doing the work. Then comes an orchestration layer where AI connects the dots. So, this is where the AI actually starts feeling magical. And this is a layer, of course, it's not a layer which everybody should get onto at this particular time, but it is a layer that goes when the platform is getting built. And this is where, the different agents can actually talk to each other, can build the workflows. So think about a platform if you are receiving and then there is an automation workflow that you have to build for yourself. What you are doing is by connecting the dots. I don't know if you have used Zapier or Make. It's similar to that, which you are actually adding the triggers, considering an action, and building that kind of a workflow. That's exactly what this orchestration layer does. It actually connects your AI dots together and builds the flow that actually works for you. So this is where AI is really magical, okay? So trigger and action based is what is an orchestration layer. Our day gets easier when, let's say somebody is just sending a calendar invite. And as a part of it, you know that a meeting is classified as a client meeting or as a prospect meeting, or it is something that, your existing customer meeting. Based on these three different ICPs, your calendar wants to, help you and help your people who are actually booking a call and help other party who is actually booking the call with you. So, say you have prepared a different type of documentation using the agent per ICP and you want those sequences to trigger, that's when actually this orchestration layer can come into the play where you can actually build that workflow. A particular ICP asking you a meeting gets either an email notification or the preparation doc or the response, which is very contextual to that pertaining ICP. And then it also sends reminder to both the parties. In that case, you haven't done actually anything, but you have just set up those things and have built a workflow such that it takes care of itself. So it is reducing your daily hassle, in fact, an hourly hassle. If you're someone who is getting tons of email in a day, you are prospecting for your customer acquisition. And again, it's an industry agnostic. So definitely these are the layers that helps you build this kind of workflows and it, makes your day easier. Whether it's a sale, whether it's an existing operation, or whether you're, actually looking forward to convert the buyers. All these processes help you build the system and not the shortcuts. But let me remind you, in any of the layers, the actual IP that needs to be created, that you can take help of agents to create that kind of IP or finesse that kind of IP. And then using the orchestration layer, you can build that entire workflow. So your entire week's task, there are places where you actually manually intervene and do certain operational part. Those are the places where, it can start reducing your overhead. And the more important layer about the AI is the model layer. Think about like this is your brain to you. If there is no brain exists, then how are you going to function, right? So that's the model layer. It is something that is good at whether writing, reasoning, coding, analysis, think about all those things. And then underneath, there are different data models that set. Will not touch that right now yet, but just understanding those layers can help you give a right agent. So think about like when you're going and shopping around for the AI agents to adopt or build yourself certain workflows, then you want to possibly go down the model layer and figure it out whether this is a right model layer that is being used, and on top of it that AI agent is sitting. If that equation exists, then probably you are picking the right agent at that particular time. That is the proposition that you have to work with. Whether you're building a product, whether you're building engineering, or you're building sales, or you're actually forecasting the potential customers that might enter in your business. So for all that thing, the model layer is the one with which you have to work. You really don't need to build a brain, or really don't build the models, but understanding that model can help you pick the right agent. Okay, and then comes a data layer where actually AI learns from you. And this is something is both ways. Like, you are feeding a data, and on top of it, you are getting an output. So this is a layer where AI stops sounding very generic and it becomes very personalized, pertaining to your business, pertaining to whatever product that you are building, or the support tickets you're solving, or the roadmap for your product, your audience that you want to tune with. So this is the personalization and not an automation layer. And who trains this? It's actually you, by feeding your data, by feeding your product details. That's how, these models are adopting this data and sit on it and, kind of build your tone if you're building a content, handle the customer request the way you wanted it to be, or, help you give insights to your clients on your product, whatever that you're actually looking forward to. And then comes an infrastructure layer, which is nothing but a protection and a scale that the AI agents or the AI core platform needs. Okay. This probably is a boring thing if you're not technical, until something breaks down and you have built something, then then you're gonna really think about it. However, this is not the layer that most of us are gonna touch it. It actually does the security handling, the cost control, the reliability. Think about an AWS cloud, or, the basic structure where your, things are sitting, and that is offering you all those components. Well, for growing startups, this is probably a good idea to think about, like, which cloud layers to opt for, which one is giving you more reliable or the performance related things. But again, for SMBs or the people who are just trying to experiment with AI, this is something is a no-brainer, and pick something that fits you to your budget. Okay. So again, this is something that helps you scale it faster. So if the AI fails silently, your business is going to pay really loudly. So at once, you need interface, then you need agents, then you need orchestration, models, data, and infrastructure. So this is a quick wrap of, what the AI layers are built with. Now we'll go more deep and understand how this the layer structure is actually breaking down into, or get you more intelligence. So if you are someone who is not looking forward to build something on your own, or rather shop the AI agents that you need, then probably understanding this layer, as I said in the beginning, will equip you the most to pick the right stuff. If you are someone who is actually building AI agents, then we really want to talk to you. If you have built certain agents by yourself by using certain platforms or certain models, we really want those founders to come on the Bootstrap Banter and talk about their AI agents, how they develop it, what that agent is actually doing, and how our audience or the customers of yours should be using that agent. If you are someone who is AI agent founder, we are looking forward to talk to you. Feel free to write us at info@passionatepulse.com, or simply give us a call at 341 209 0102. If you are a startup looking forward to, do a customer acquisition, or have a marketing needs, or you're looking forward to build your brand or the visibility, then feel free to connect with Passionate Pulse. At Passionate Pulse, we use multiple AI agents to help you better equip for customer acquisition, for doing your sales and outreach, for building and positioning your brand. You're not taking the overhead of go to market strategies or distribution or any other channels, and then you can focus at your work. Just the AI does, like a particular agent, a particular work. Similarly, if you're great at building the product, keep building the products. We can take care of your rest other marketing and media needs. Feel free to hop on a call with us at 341-209-0102 or simply write us back at info@passionatepulse.com. Let's get back to the layer stack that we really discussed. When we were discussing about the model, there are different models that the ChatGPT has, the cloud has, the Anthropic, and the open source models that exist via Goose AI or Hugging Face, and there are multiple tech stack that we could mention. But this is where that the model is generating the intelligence. Your choice really depending on your cost, control, and data sensitivity. You can pick what you need to do. If you are at an early stage looking forward to build your agents, or if you are an SMB and still you want to have your own agents built up, which is very well possible by the way with the reliable AI, and there are multiple platforms. We can deep dive on those technical part in our future episodes. However, stay tuned and just get these basics clear. So if you are at early stage, renting an intelligence, the type of models that you are using is an easy go option. If you are at a scaling stage, let's say you already have it, then owning the part of that model helps you do things faster or helps you scale faster. Those are a couple of suggestions from us while you pick the model, especially if you're building your AI agents. The second layer, which is a memory, which is where the AI is start remembering. You must have used a Notion for your project management. You must have used a Google Drive where your data is residing, and the technical founders definitely are using the vector databases. It could be Pinecone or VV8, or there are multiple vector databases that can take different shapes of data and store it and still work on it. AI without the memory is a goldfish. I think this is a very clear equation that everybody can think about. So memory is what that creates the consistency, right? So this is how the research that you're doing for your client, the brand voice that you're establishing for your product, and the pitch decks that you are actually preparing to present it to customers or to the investors can play in role. If you feed that to your memory of your agents or your platforms, then you get that personalized output. As I said, agents, we will deep dive a separate episode. There are different type of agents and what are they, how you want to compare. We could just get onto that in future episode. But then just to give an idea, there are research agents, content agents, PR agents, operational agents, name it. Your chat GPT is an agent. Everybody knows that we need to guardrail our data, whatever platform that we are using. If you're shopping around a platform, if you're shopping around a tool, this is something that you really want to ask or press the questions on. Not just about the cost, but about the data privacy and how much wiggle room as a human that you have. Couple of tools, if I have to mention on the governance, is the Langfuse or the human SOPs. Again, not everybody is using it, but if you are looking forward to shop any AI tools, then you might want to, check on that whether your data is protected, it's not getting traded, because you are going to use it to your business, which is somewhere you're sharing your trade secrets. So you better be careful about it. So the more you use it, the more governance you need it. So that is the bottom line. So I hope in today's episode that you just kind of get an idea that there are different type of layers with which the entire AI is built. And if you're looking forward to go and opt any platform or tools, you need to think about all this and then kind of get an understanding whether this is the right platform for you in terms of data governance, in terms of getting an output that you are actually looking forward from those agent roles, or doing the multitasking and solving the workflows, or building your own workflows in the tool. That is a feasibility option that exists on like a Zapier. What not to do is also important, so let me just brief you. Don't build your custom AIs too early. Don't build your custom agents too early. If you are someone who is just ramping up with the products and already have some core business which is aside from building an AI agents, buying too many tools is also not advisable. So, think about when you are going and purchasing any of the AI platforms or tools, list down your 5 important tasks or list down your 5 important things that you need to get it done, and only focus on those priority and see whether a particular platform or a tool is capable of giving you that kind of output. So at this point, if you're just starting adopting AI, whether you're in for the sales, for marketing, for distribution, or whatever reason that you're looking forward to, think about it and then opt one at a time. The third thing is very important is if you're not building any documentation for your business while adopting the AI, then I think you are not going to pass out that knowledge to your other human resources that possibly is going to use it. And the decision framework. This is a very important thing. You need to have a decision framework while picking the tool, and that will come only when what is the output that you are envisioning. So sit with your team, define on that decision framework, and then go and look out for the platforms to adopt. And don't over automate workflows. Avoid the automating chaos at too complex stages. Start small and see how you can get and build along with the tools and get that efficiency built. First and very important thing to remember is AI doesn't fix any of your broken workflows. It is all within you. It is all depend on you. So build a workflow that works, okay? Because AI is not going to fix it. However, it's going to amplify it. So we will come with at a time when, you have to upgrade on your infrastructure, when the team is growing, the AI costs are rising, and the data sensitivity is increasing. Again, these are something very technical topics we will be touching in future episodes exclusively for the people who want to get into this. However, this was more or less a generic episode to get an understanding of AI in a quick way and what you should be doing with it. Let me know how this episode has turned out, whether this has given you a little bit of a fair idea about the AI boom, and we are trying to break down the bigger words, bigger complexity into simpler versions to help you understand what the AI is really comprised of. And in the future episodes, definitely we'll be deep diving into a lot of agents that exist, a lot of open source technologies that exist, which you could use just by using the open source technology like ChatGPT and Gemini and customize it for themselves and save the cost. That is our main intention. Most founders think AI is about picking tools. Again, that is the notion that we are breaking it down. The real magic is how the tools can talk to each other, remember things, and deliver the outcomes. So now you get fair enough idea that there are multiple things you can still bind it. You can curate your own agents. And how do we do that? That is what all the next episode is about. If you are looking forward to build an agent, then how you should go about it. Those who are listening this particular episode on radio and want to know, what are some of the Bootstrap Banter episodes, where they are and what they are about, feel free to log into passionatepulse.com and tune into all the podcast channels that exist right out there. Otherwise, go to any podcasting medium, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, Substack, Bloomberg, name any podcasting medium wherever you get your podcast, and look forward for Passionate Pulse podcast. For sure, you will get a podcast that shows up, and then make sure you subscribe. Well, subscribing gives two things. One, for you, whenever the episode is dropping in, you're getting a notification. And the second, these many people or SMB startups or the solopreneurs are looking forward for our episode. That makes us drive, inspires us in the back, and then we are looking forward to curate more and more important Bootstrap Banter episodes. We will help you equip with the right tools, platforms, or the guidance or strategies that can thrive your business. So, well, make sure that you subscribe to Passionate Pulse podcast. And if you have any marketing, media, sales, or outreach needs, feel free to jump back at passionatepulse.com or simply write us at info@passionatepulse.com or give us a call at 341 209 0102. I hope this episode was helpful to you. Let me know in your own business, in your own startup, or in your own solopreneur journey. What is that one thing after listening to this episode? What is that one thing you are looking to implement from the AI point of view? and how you are thinking about saving the cost after understanding these 5 layers. Are you someone who is actually looking forward to build your own agents? Are you someone who is looking to find out a platform that can comprise of multiple agents and that can give you the output that you are looking forward to? Feel free to, write us back with your feedback. If you have any explicit need in your business and you want to know how to solve that problem, again, write us at info@passionatepulse.com or just WhatsApp us at 34120900102, and we can take care of that feedback and make sure in the next episode we will be equipping with that direction. Well, till then, make sure you stay focused and stay passionate.